Good morning, children. Welcome to today's class. Hope you all are fine. Today we are going to start states of matter. So let's start. There are three states of matter on the basis of the intermolecular force of attraction, intermolecular space, and all. Uh, Generally, matter can be classified in these three states. One is solid, liquid, and gas. So these three states of matter are there. Other than these three other more than these three states of matter, there are some other states of matter also are available, but that is beyond the syllabus of beyond the syllabus. So that we are not going to discuss here. So mainly we will talk about this three states of matter. So let us write down those. States of matter. So number one, solid, solid state of matter. Number two, liquid. Number three, gaseous state of matter. So if we give one example for each of these three states, for solid we can talk about ice. Okay, ice is a solid form, solid state of matter. For liquid we can give the example of water, and for gas we can give the example of uh, this will be water vapor. Okay, so for solid we can write about ice. For liquid this will be water. Water is in liquid state. And for gas we can talk about uh, water vapor. Water vapor is an example of gaseous state. Okay, so these three states are there. Now afterwards we will be talking about means in detail we will talk about these three states, but before that let us discuss the uh, theory involved in this, that is the kinetic theory of matter. Kinetic theory of matter. So why this is called kinetic theory? As we know that matter in whichever state the matter, each and every matter, they are all the particles in matter are always in random motion. Okay, they are not they are moving always. Okay, they are not fixed. They are uh, not they are not in always they are in constant random motion. Okay, they are not in rest position, we will say. Okay, that's why this kinetic the term is applied here. Kinetic means anything which is related to motion. Okay, so as the particles or the inside whatever molecules or atoms or ions, whichever particles are there in matter, always they are in constant random motion, always they are in moving position. That means there will be some kinetic energy. Okay, they are in always there will be some energy inside them, hidden them, because of this their this moving position or moving tendency. Okay, that's why this theory involved in this is called kinetic theory of matter. So in this theory we are going to read some postulates. So one by one let us discuss those. First of all, we will say that each and every matter, they contain some inside the matter there will be either atom or molecule or ion. Okay, they contain some teeny particles, very small particles are there, and these particles are they may be in atomic form. These particles we can call as atom or molecules or ions. Okay, all these particles in matter, they are in constant random motion. So this is the first postulate of this theory, we will say. Next, number 2, these particles of a same kind of matter, suppose if we take an example of suppose iron block, a piece of iron if we take, then inside the iron block we will have same kind of particles. Okay, all the particles which is there in a, say this is a iron block. Okay, now in this, if we say these are the particles, these are the atoms of iron. Now all these atoms will be identical in all respect. Okay, its mass, all the these atoms of iron, they are having same mass, same their properties will be same, everything will be same. That means they are identical in all respect. So for iron, as this is an element, so for this we will call it, this smallest particle will be called as an atom. Okay, so for iron, for element, we will talk about atom. The smallest particle which will be there in an element, that will be called an atom. Okay, but if we talk about a compound, suppose common salt, sodium chloride, this is the common salt. Okay, so this we can represent as NaCl, sodium chloride. So this is sodium chloride, this is a compound. Okay, now for the compound, in compound we will be having the smallest particle inside in this common salt, the smallest particle. Suppose if we take a cube of common salt, if a lump of common salt if we take, then in that part, in that common salt, in that amount of common salt, we will be having so many molecules. Okay, so many molecules of NaCl. So for that, as common salt is a compound, so for that we will say that the smallest particle of this common salt, of this compound, is a molecule. Okay, so for element, the smallest particle will be an atom. For a compound, the smallest particle will be a molecule. For compound, the smallest particle will be a molecule. Now for common salt, all these particles, suppose this is a piece of a lump of common salt we have taken. Now in this we can see many sodium chloride molecules. So these are the sodium chloride molecules in a lump of common salt. Now each of this NaCl, all this will be NaCl. Okay, all these particles will be NaCl. So all these NaCl particles, all these sodium chloride molecules will be identical in all respect. Their properties, their mass, everything will be same. Okay, so this is the second postulate for this kinetic theory. Next, come to the third one, that is the particles have space or gap in between them. Here also you can see, this is a this is iron we have taken. Now in this you can see this iron particles, they are in very closely packed manner. The atoms are in very closely packed manner. In this manner they have arranged, but then also in between them, in between the particles, in between the atoms of iron, there are some gaps. In however manner you can arrange them, there will be some gap in between them. Okay, so these gaps are called intermolecular space or interparticular space. So these gaps are called intermolecular space or interparticular space. Intermolecular space or interparticular space. So this space is there, this space is exists in all matter. Okay, it may be in few matters we will, for especially for solids, we will say this intermolecular space is very less, but uh, it will be there. Okay, it may vary. It may be in few matter this space is very high. Okay, large amount of intermolecular space is there, that we will discuss later, but the space will be there. So this was the third point for this. Next, come to the fourth one. In between the particles there will be some attractive force between them. Okay, because of this attractive force the particles will remain, they will get attached with each other. Okay, this force of attraction is called intermolecular force of attraction. So this force of attraction exists in all type of matter, in all the in all particles of matter. This force we will observe. So this is the fourth postulate. That is called intermolecular or intermolecular or interparticular, also we can say intermolecular or interparticular, as these particles, as the smallest particle we are calling them as molecule or particle. That's why either molecular space, intermolecular space, or interparticular space, or intermolecular force of attraction or interparticular force of attraction, both are there. So intermolecular or interparticular force of attraction. Okay, because of this attractive force the particles or the molecules or the atoms or the ions will be together. Okay, they are together, they are in congested manner, or they will not escape from each other. Okay, that's why we will get a proper uh, structure of the matter. Okay, this attraction may vary from matter to matter, or these three states of matter will not have same kind of force of attraction. Even in the same state of matter, suppose a solid, all solids are not having same kind of intermolecular or interparticular force of attraction. It will vary, but all are having this. Okay, so this was the fourth uh, postulate of this theory. Now number 5, all these particles of matter are always in a constant state of motion, or constant random motion is there. Okay, and this motion, because of this motion, they will possess some kinetic energy. As we have already said about this, that if any particle or a substance is in moving form, okay, is in moving state, then because of this movement it will it will possess some energy, that is called kinetic energy. Now this energy will increase if temperature will increase. This is directly proportional to the temperature of the substance, temperature of the matter. If the temperature of the matter is high, then the particles will be in high kinetic energy, they will possess high kinetic energy. If the temperature of the substance is less, then the kinetic energy of the particles of that particular substance will be less. So kinetic energy is directly proportional to the temperature. So these 5 points are called 5 postulates of kinetic theory of matter. So let us revise once again what we have learned about the kinetic theory. First of all matter, they contain some particles, tiny particles. These are called atom or molecule or ion. Next, these atoms, molecules or ion are identical for a same kind of matter. These particles will be identical. Okay, the particles or atoms will be identical. Next, in all respect, okay, their properties, their mass, everything will be same. Next, there will be some intermolecular space between the particles. there will be some gap between the particles of matter, which is called intermolecular space or interparticular space. Next, fourth point is, in between the particles of matter, in between the atoms of matter, there will be some attractive force, which is called intermolecular force of attraction. Because of this force of attraction, the particles of matter will be together. They will this will give a proper shape, or for this we can observe a proper shape of the matter. For few matter, we will observe a proper shape of the matter, okay, because of this intermolecular force of attraction. Next, we have fifth point, that is called, in this particles of matter, the particles will be in constant random motion. They will always in moving position, okay, in moving state. And because of this, the particle or the matter, they will possess some kinetic energy. The matter will possess some kinetic energy because of this constant random motion of the particles. And this random motion, or this motion, is directly proportional to the temperature of the matter. If temperature is more, if there will be increase of temperature, then kinetic energy will increase and the motion will increase. And if the temperature is less, then the kinetic energy will be less, and the particles will be in the motion of the particles will be less. Okay, so that means the kinetic energy is directly proportional to the temperature of the matter. So this was the kinetic theory of matter. Next, on the basis of this, we will one by one all the states of matter we will discuss. Okay, their different properties, individual properties we will discuss, and we will compare between them. Okay, so this we are going to do in our next class. Till then, you just go through this, and as you are doing, you just go through the worksheet and solve that. Take care.